Welcome to the third hour of the show. This is Tebe Ungawakum. Still to come is Busta Rhymes, I Know What You Want, featuring Mariah Carey, as well as Portia Monique Grace. It's Capricorn Breakfast. It's a Thursday today, and property speaking, Philip Skuman is joining us in the building.
Communities, we have the power to end gender-based violence. Let's focus on what we can do to stop it. Be informed and take action. Seek healthcare or report an incident. Call the Gender Based Violence Command Center at 0800 428 428 for support in your area. It takes a village to end gender-based violence, and we all play a role. What's your role? This message was brought to you by Nakosa.
Unstoppable. Uncontainable.
Give it up for
Limpopo's hottest frequency. Limpopo's hottest frequency.
It's a Thursday, we're talking all things property, and of course, broker and owner of REMAX, Philip Skuman, is in the building. Now, usually, there's this long-standing debate we usually have with him around renting versus buying. And today we're taking it in the workplace. Morning, Philip, are you good?
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. Always well.
Always. So, renting versus buying in the workplace. So, here I am, I have a business, and then I'm looking for a property to work from. What would you advise in terms of renting or buying, or does it depend on the kind of business that I'm running?
Largely, yes, the type of business that you're running and who owns the property. So let me use two different examples. For some companies, it might be better to buy the property, and for some companies, it might be better to rent. Okay. Let me expand. So buying, if I'm a family business and I have the future long-term vision of accruing assets that will cover and care for my family and the business itself, then I would buy. But all right, if I'm a large corporate, we're not looking at owning assets. We're looking at a different financial model. We're looking at return on investment, return on assets.
Sure.
So the more assets you have, the less the return on the assets. You know, a while back, the CEO of SAL sold all the planes to increase their return on assets, and the next year, and he got paid a big bonus, and the next year the company tanked. You get what I'm saying? Because they no more had planes.
Yeah.
But he got a big bonus the 1 year. So the point I'm trying to make is it depends on the life cycle of a business if you are in it to rent, because there are tax benefits. You can write off the entire rental as a business expense. Whereas if you buy, you can't. It's an asset that you're buying. You get what I'm saying? So you can't write it off. Now, you need to be taxed on that money and then pay it after tax. So effectively, let's say your bond payment is 100. You need to clear 200 before you can clear or you need to produce 200 to clear 100 after tax to be able to pay your building.
Wow, right? Philip, you should have told us this is a master class on cooking books.
So all in all, it depends on the life cycle. It depends on the type of property you're in.
Wow.
It's okay.
That took a left.
Science is not listening.
That took a left. So I don't know, with what you're explaining, Philip, is it more like the pros and cons of, renting versus buying? Maybe let's just dive deeper into that, the pros and cons.
So to rent, obviously, it's a tax expense, it's tax deductible, so you can more easily show profit.
Okay.
But what I would do is, if I'm buying for myself and I'm a large corporate, let's say, because you ask about what is the balance, striking the balance between the two. Where do I find, or where do I need to know? Okay.
Sure.
So the best thing that I would do, and I'm actually advising a client, we're helping a client do similarly now. They're buying a property, commercial, in a company. It's just a shell. Okay. It's a propco. That's what we call it. It's a property ownership company. It's all it does and is good for is to hold that property. But you are the director of that company and the beneficiary, or however you set it up, trusts or whatever entity owns it. But now your business is in another entity. Am I right? It's registered, trading as It's in another entity. So this entity owns it. The first entity owns it. You buy it. You own that company, and you own that property because you own the company. Now your other company rents from your other company. You get what I'm saying? Now it's tax deductible on the books, and you're still building your assets.
Okay.
You
Look
get
at
what I'm saying?
conviction. Doing the math.
No. I'm worried because Philip is here breaking the bro code in business. These
Now, what's the
are
point of
things I'll
knowing?
never talk about.
But listen, if you
These
know
are
the
secret-
rules, then you know how to bend it. I mean, come on.
You see, it's less bending and more sidestepping.
There we go. There we go.
So you basically have
There
a
we
list.
go.
We're not allowed to bend
With
this, but we
yourself.
are allowed to
With
sidestep this.
Okay, all right. That's the end note for today's masterclass. Have a lease agreement with yourself.
Or come and see us, property specialists at REMAX, and
There
we'll
we
assist
go.
you with a tailor-made situation that
There we
suits your
go.
needs in business. We'll help you plan your portfolio. We'll help make you wealthy, because that's what our goal is.
Right, there we go. Philip, thank you so much for your time. Philip Skuman, broker and owner of REMAX.
Thanks, guys. Modimo Klundlufati.
Okay, amen.